So the Restaurant Association Metro Washington announced that their annual RAMMY Awards are happening. It's going to be in September. It's going to be a thing on the 19th. And this is like the Oscars of restaurants. So joining us is the CEO of the Restaurant Association Metro Washington, Kathy Hollinger. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Tommy, I am good. I'm happy to be on the show.
After the last year and change with restaurants in this town, I don't know how you haven't run for the hills screaming, pulling your hair out, because all of the things that restaurants have been through and that your organization has shepherded through have been incredible. So what does it mean to have a RAMMY announcement?
You know, Tommy, we're so delighted to be able to do this. I think that the fact that we are an industry where everyone thrives on being together, getting together, and that we can do that this year is really a testament to what we know will be a huge celebration. Every year it is, but come on, Tommy. This year, 2021, I'm nervous for the world.
I think we're going into the roaring 20s. Absolutely.
That's right.
And Kelly and I talked about this before you joined us. She was like, there's no way that they can do the normal categories you normally do because they recognize restaurants in a normal habitat. This year, it's not the same. And I love how creative you've gotten with some of the nominations and some of the categories.
Thanks, Tommy. You know, I would say that the biggest three differences this year than last year, first of all, we're in person, which is fantastic. It is not dependent on RAMW membership in terms of qualifying for an award, really trying to be consistent with we've all been in this together. We continue to be in this together. And yes, we had to rethink the awards, the categories, qualifiers, because the reality is that people, they excelled in the most phenomenal ways. And we had to really think about, while everyone was a winner in 2020, what were the standout moments in terms of real pivots, real reimagination? So we're excited to be able to shine some light on everyone, which is really the key, everyone in the industry who came out of this or candidly had to redirect and maybe is not with the industry. It's a celebration and a moment to be able to pause and just honor those who have done great things.
I love these, like formal dining, fine dining in a box, most innovative to-go game, the neighborhood award, outstanding ghost kitchen or pop-up concept, coolest cocktail to go. Which ones are you most excited about, and what has the feedback from the restaurant community been? Because this is not that the Rammys were ever stuffy by any means, but this is very much more like an inclusive and casual look at it.
Well, I'll tell you, when we told our folks and we told the industry, the Rammys are happening and we are going to be at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center together, I got to tell you, right there, we had thousands because people were just so happy to be able to think forward and be together. Now, mind you, we're still working out what it's going to look like, but what we do know is it's going to be in person and it's going to be a celebration. In terms of reimagining the categories, everyone felt that that was so important this year, that this is a year to recognize how creative people had to be. Yes, they wanted to be, but Tommy, you know, you were out there, you were watching it. People had no choice but to reimagine so that they can continue to keep their doors open. And diners supported them, public supported them. And now here's a way for them to stop what they're doing for one night, come to an event where we can really recognize people in a way that we couldn't in the last year.
100%. And you think of some of them like the Farmers Restaurant Group. I love those guys and girls. And there's Farmers and Distillers right in my neighborhood. They popped up their market right away. Amy Brandwine at Centralina in City Center. I saw her over Memorial Day in 2020. And I was like, how can I help? And she's like, you can buy a Memorial Day box. And I was like, okay, I guess I can do that. That sounds great. It was the most fabulous and expensive Memorial Day barbecue ever.
I bet.
They've gotten so creative, and I love the tech trailblazers. I love how Carmine sold their pasta sauce. You have all of these things happening, and I love that there's going to be a way to celebrate it. How are they going to decide the winners? Is it your usual like secret judges? Is there public voting? How does this all shake?
There's going to be both. You know, just like every year we have public voting categories and we have the panel of judges. The reality is that everyone uniform decided there has to be a rethinking in how we are going to award people this year.
Mhm.
And we're going to have more that are public voted on, and we're going to have many that are voted by the judges. But it's going to be voted in very differently, right? I mean, these are qualifiers and categories that speak to everything that needed to happen over the course of a 15-month period.
And the convention center is so big. I was at an inaugural event where I'm pretty sure it was 4 city blocks. So we can figure out how to get people into the convention center should we need to.
Yes, we can, Tommy.
Kathy Hollinger, the CEO of the Restaurant Association, Metro Washington. I'm so happy to be talking to you at a point where we're both smiling the whole time, because we've had some really tough conversations about the industry over the last year and a half. And it just seems so great to see things moving in such a great direction into the whatever happens next.
Thanks, Tommy, and thanks for your advocacy always with this industry.